The Elite has a rough night, Jungle Boy goes the distance, and Pat gets some alone time with Michael Nakazawa! Ho, 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 After Buzzers! It's gonna be a good one.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, AfterBuzz.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live from the world-famous AfterBuzz TV studios in Los Angeles, California. Woo-woo! And if we got a show for you, we've got the Elite of the Week, the reporting from the runway, and all of the shenanigans that went on tonight. But before we get started, let me introduce to you this amazing panel. To the far, far left, he is our international super scout of all things wrestling, from Botswana to Guatemala to right here in the US of A. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Law Doctor, Roger Corral.
That is true. It's true.
And next to him is our journalistic fashionista. She makes all the wrestlers go the extra mile to put on that glitter, tighten up those tassels, and make sure the wrist tape matches the knee pads.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jessica O'Connor.
I mean, I'm no doctor.
Oh my God. You have one conversation.
I do the best I can, guys.
At least you got a degree.
That's true. Fun fact.
And to my immediate left, she is in all of the bingo halls, all the high school gyms, and of course, all the bars, watching wrestling to find out the wrestlers that you're gonna love 5 years from now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Anissa Barr.
It's actually not bingo halls or high schools. We have Legion halls here in California. We've upgraded.
Let them know.
Yes, and of course, hailing from inside the booth, he brings all the bing, bangs, and bongs of the show every week. It's Macho Libre, the super producer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Josh Alonzo.
What's going on, guys? Boom. Hey, I gotta say, Jack, thank you for the shout out. Shout out to Guatemala. That's the country of that's the old country of my parents and stuff.
Oh, well, there you
There
go.
you go. You know, I try to mix it. It's a smart show.
Yeah.
We do a lot of smart, layered commentary here.
His parents are wrestlers in Guatemala.
They are. It was Macho and Libre. They met.
Very much. And then it's just, you know, how it goes. It's 1 + 1 = 2. That's how it
Yes.
goes.
And I am your benevolent host. I am Fancy Jack Farmer. And I am excited to be here. This is the wrap-up show of the year. All sorts of dust-ups and fisticuffs went down tonight. How did you guys feel about this one, the last show of the year?
2019. That's it. It's over.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Dynamite is going out with a bang, am I right?
You're right. We don't even get a show next week, so this is it. We're done.
Until January 1st. You know, they were really building up
Yeah,
January
they built up
1st.
January 1st.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel like there is a little bit of pressure for the first day of the year. Like, you really have to go out with a bang, come in with a bang.
But honestly, celebrating on the 31st, that's a rough day, man.
I was thinking
Yeah.
that. I really did have that thought. I'm like, so none of them are doing anything
That
for New
is
Year's
rough.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anissa, what'd you think?
Yeah, good show.
So this show had a lot of fun stuff. The big news, though, happened in the main event. It was the Young Bucks versus SCU. I was really into this match because, for those of you who didn't know, I had the chance to speak one-on-one with Scorpio Sky, and he is a fantastic gentleman. If you haven't had a chance to go see it, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on iTunes. Google it. You'll find it. It's a great chat. And I said to him, listen, Scorpio, I don't like that the Young Bucks refer to themselves as the best tag team in the world when you're the one holding one half of the tag team titles. What'd you guys think of this match?
Reminds me of old PWG days. Like good old indie wrestling, but on TV. You know, these guys known each other for obviously years. just having that connection in the ring. We saw a lot of high flies, flips, and stuff like that, but still, I for me, it just felt like I'm watching them up close, like in like a feet away.
I felt like they were both definitely on the same level, which is something that we haven't really seen in tag teams. I feel like there's always one tag team that's like pretty clear that they're the heavyweight, like they're the one that knows what's up. But tonight I was like, okay, I don't know which way this is gonna go. I like not knowing what's gonna happen.
I think it's cool that they established tag teams as like the main events of this company. Like we're ending the year on a tag team main event. I think that's really cool. And you're right, they feel like heavyweights. We'll talk about other tag team matches, but they feel like you don't feel like you're watching subpar wrestling whenever you're watching this type of tag team action in the ring. So I thought it was great. It was cool.
I had a legitimate pop when SCU won. I was really excited about it. Yeah, because
you're best friends with Scorpio
Yeah,
Sky
it all
now,
makes
Jack.
sense now.
We go way
You
back
talked to
now.
him one time,
we're
and
like
all of a sudden,
besties.
okay.
We're very close, and so it's good to see a close personal friend
my
of mine.
great friend Scorpio Sky.
He said to me he was gonna do his best to maintain. He didn't want to say that they were the best tag team in the world because he's a nice guy. So I'm gonna say it. SCU, you guys are the best tag team in the world, and I dare anybody to challenge them. I'll do the talking. I'll say you guys are the best in the world, and no one's gonna take that away from you.
I just want to put on the record that you belong to the inner circle. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, like pick a side.
Yeah,
And
man.
the Dark Order.
You're all
the
over
Dark
the
Order.
place.
Like, yeah, pick a side, man.
I'm glad you mentioned the Dark Order because the Dark Order showed up after this, and the Dark Order has been. They were struggling at first.
Yeah,
right?
so are you a creeper in this situation, or are you helping Scorpio Sky?
I am. I
Well,
like to.
we're
We just caught him at the end of the year.
Listen,
What I
Jack's
like
in
to-
a league of his own. He's in the dark. He's in the dark inner
Listen.
circle of SoCal.
The dark
Uncensored.
inner circle of SoCal.
I'll tell you. Look. If I have to pick between which group I'm in, if everyone wants to know, am I SCU, am I Inner Circle, am I Dark Order, I always know that the real answer is going to be the same each time. But it's my job to facilitate to you guys the question.
Good Lord.
What do you guys think? They came out, they said that this wasn't a recruitment, it was an initiation, and they paid off last week where they showed themselves recruiting the Beaver Boys. They came in. Is the Dark Order now the big bad, the big super heels of the company?
What a big turnaround, right? Like, yeah, we started, I feel like the first episode we had, we were like, meh, Dark Order. And now they're like, oh yeah, here we are.
Yeah, they definitely were like showing out tonight. They weren't just kind of like on the sides and doing their weird little pyramids. They're like, no,
Pyramids.
today is the day.
I imagine like cheerleaders right now, dude.
5, 6. No, that's what like.
Let's pyramid,
basically,
guys.
Yeah. So they, I don't know. They definitely are upping the ante.
They've rebranded so well with their Join the Dark Order initiatives and their commercials and just being that creepy cult-like thing that they're doing. It looks like they're going to feud with the Young Bucks going forward. Anissa, are they the premier heels of the company right now?
Sure, why not? I feel that we got to see a taste of what's to come in the next couple of weeks when they do come back on air. For me, I think this is really good for the Dark Order to maybe feud with the Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks behind the scenes probably want them to be the biggest heels of the company.
Yeah. I like a taste of the Dark Order. I like that name. I want them to cook something up for everyone.
It's very t-shirt friendly. It seems like you can sell
is,
t-shirts
yeah.
with the Dark Order on
Yeah.
there and that sort of look.
I just want to mention Dylan Matthews says Jack Farmer turned his back on the Lucha Brothers. Again,
Yeah, the chat
people are
thinks
calling
you're
you
all
out. People
over
are
the
calling you
place.
out hard, man.
Listen, I've never flip-flopped in my life. I've always stayed true, never changed. I dare you to find proof.
They will.
They will.
Something that really showed me just how big of a deal this is that Omega, Cody, Dustin, they all came out to save the day, but
Or tried.
Or tried, yeah.
Suspicious in his absence, though, was Hangman Adam Page. That is something we're going to talk about in a little bit. We call it a tease, ladies and gentlemen. I'd talk about it right now, but you always leave a tease before the commercial break. And if it's a commercial break, it means it's time for a little promo. Jessica, Let them hear it.
All right, guys, you already know the deal. We have to thank you so much for tuning in every single week for AfterBuzz TV AEW Dynamite After Show. And you know what to do. You gotta like, you gotta follow, subscribe, engage, do whatever you can to keep us going and in here every single week to talk to you guys. And Jack, take it away.
Yeah, again, thank you so much for being a part of the chat. We've got a ton of awesome people that we always get to see in here. Dang MQ, Dylan Matthews, External Shockwaves, Jenna James, Joseph Boza, SwitchFan94, all sorts of our favorite people. We just want to say thank you so much for being a part of the chat, and everyone else who listens later on when they're driving around in their car, going on their way to work. And speaking of going to work...
Sorry, External Shockwave, just like Jack, has never had a tournament bracket broken.
Yep,
So,
I
again,
was thinking the
he's
same
right.
thing.
Yeah.
He's right. That's true. There's no sarcasm in that. Shockwave, you got my back, right? We're on the same team, right? So, speaking of same teams, Inner Circle had a match. Well, their leader, Chris Jericho, had a match with Jungle Boy. Now, there was a lot of controversy going into this. A lot of people said Jungle Boy didn't earn a match with a world champion, and there was a lot of things confused on Twitter, but they clarified this was a match with a 10-minute time limit, not for the title. There was a lot of stuff I loved about this match. I like, again, Jericho makes people look like they're on another level, and I think he did that with Jungle Boy. How do you guys feel about Jungle Boy?
I like Jungle Boy.
I like him too.
I've always been a fan of him. I mean, if you meet him in real life, he's just the kindest dude, so chill. Who's like, you want to take a picture? Yeah, let's do it. You know,
Like a true Jungle Boy.
he's just so true to himself that you really have to. You realize his parents really raised him really well.
And he
Is
grew up
that-
in some...
Is that true, though? Is he true to himself?
Yeah.
Because he comes to the ring looking like a Jungle Boy, but he has interviews with JR dressed like a normal dude talking
my God.
normal.
It's a
So
character.
who is he?
It's what happens when you're a part of civilization. You gotta have clothes.
So has he been civilized? Has he become civilized? Is he no longer a Jungle Boy?
You're stereotyping Jungle Boy.
Do you, not all Jungle Boys.
Not all Jungle Boys.
Hashtag not all Jungle Boys.
He's not Tarzan.
You don't know that much about Jungle Boy culture to make a statement like that. The
Listen,
Jungle Boy community is going to come
They're
for
gonna be
you.
so mad.
Listen, I'm friends with the Jungle Boy. I know that. Look, if this is, do we think we should see less Jungle Boy and more Jack Perry?
More Jungle Man is what you're asking for.
I think it's going to be an
Yeah.
evolution. Oh, that wasn't
What is
even
happening?
like a play, but think about it. It's like if he's a Jungle
Professionalism,
Boy,
folks.
maybe he's going to evolve into Jack Perry. You know, he's going to go from this like barbaric guy because maybe he needs a gimmick because he's younger now, but maybe he'll just transition into...
This is great.
His own.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've already seen Luchasaurus tell us that doesn't he have like a master's degree? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, these guys are you're typecasting all these people, man. I'm telling you.
They don't all swing through vines. Come on. Like...
I could swear I saw
They're
a
multidimensional
vignette where they
people.
literally were washing themselves in the river.
I'm gonna have to say fake news. I don't know.
Fake news. So,
To each their own.
I thought this was so well done. Again, Jungle Boy looks like a star. He goes the distance with Jericho, the heavyweight champion of the world. And then Jericho says, add 5 minutes. I love this. This was the best part. He says, add 5 minutes. Jungle Boy almost gets him twice, and then he walks away because he doesn't want to finish the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just a great little bit there. But the fun part was after the match, Jericho re-ups on his offer to Jon Moxley. Last week, Jericho made an offer to Jon Moxley to join the Inner Circle. Now, I think it's a no-brainer. Jon Moxley, join the Inner Circle, man. You get mansions, you got bubbly. It obviously makes sense.
bubbly.
It makes sense. Jon Moxley's going to join the Inner Circle, right?
Anissa, this is all on you.
No.
I say no way.
No.
What reasoning would Jon Moxley have to not join the Inner Circle?
Because none of those guys in the Inner Circle can outbeat Jon Moxley.
wouldn't
He's
it,
his own
they're
guy.
not on
He's a
his
lone
level.
wolf. That's like off-brand for him.
wouldn't it be better for him to have... Look, he can still beat people up and then go home to his mansion with Bubbly.
He has a mansion.
He has his own thing. That's the whole thing. It's like he has.
something else.
He's a lone wolf. He doesn't need a team. I think he's stronger on his own.
I think Jon Moxley could sense that Jericho is doing this to prevent Jon Moxley from going after him. And you don't want those type of friends, man. If you're getting friends to avoid
Those are
them...
the only friends I have.
This explains a lot.
It's all coming together.
If you're getting those type of friends, then are they really friends? We've gone over this. That you kind of turn into frenemies. And that's not something you want in your life.
Listen, I'm just saying, if I was Jon Moxley and I was like, look, I could have Bubbly, I could have Proud and Powerful watch my back, I could have Jake Hager watch my back.
But he doesn't
and then you
need
could just go
it.
beating people up and not worry about the politics and all the garbage out there. Jon Moxley, listen, do yourself a favor, put on the shirt, join the inner circle. It's going to be a cool thing. You're going to love it. I don't think he's going to join, but...
That's a good pitch.
But I did my best. Well, look, they have a surprise for him January 1st. Any ideas what the surprise is going to be?
I feel that they're going to go to his house.
His mansion?
Yeah. I honestly feel that what the inner circle, they're probably not, Jericho is probably going to tweet him, DM him, call him. He won't answer. And the inner circle is probably going to go to Vegas to his house and like do something.
In one car.
No.
Get him, boys.
But here's what I think that could happen. And if anyone from
It's like a
AEW
small car.
With a giant check.
The
Wait,
bear
we're
has
not-
to sit on his lap.
I'm sorry.
I have a really good story. I think this is what could happen, and if AEW creative you're listening, this is what should happen. Since Jericho talked about Moxley's mom twice.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Moxley's mom could probably be at the house, probably invade the house, destroy whatever he has.
Oh my God. This
is getting dark.
we rough up the mother.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Send a message.
Yeah, pretty much send a message, and then Moxley just has to do what he always has to do.
And then beat up his mom?
No, not beat up the mom, but I'm just saying, pretty much go back to his old ways back in 2009 and do deathmatch wrestling and just challenge him and do all these.
This is what sets him off. You know what? I'm down for this. Either that happens or she's inner circle and that throws him off as well. Like she reveals her inner circle shirt. There's a lot that could happen here.
There's a lot, but I honestly think.
But he's already doing deathmatch. He doesn't need his mom to get beaten up.
I'm not saying that his mom should get beaten up.
He's
like that's
what
not
am I even doing
okay.
it for anymore?
But I think that but then also I also think that Chris Jericho is gonna have every single person from the inner circle like wrestle Moxley every single week, and like
This looks challenging.
like do it like challenge him. I mean,
Someone in the
saying.
chat says Jericho invades the Moxley house and Renee gets angry on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny.
maybe that too.
Oh, that would be nice, actually. I like this idea. Like, no one told us that this was going to happen, but we're all in, apparently.
Whatever it's going to be now, if it's not
If
that,
it's
will be
not-
a disappointment.
Yeah, no,
we
shit,
really
damn it.
set everyone
I
up.
think the only thing that would actually outplay that is if Moxley was like, okay, I'll join the inner circle. And then they
That's the end of that?
And then they had a fun time.
That and then he could just turn on them.
And then they just go beat up Jungle Boy. Yeah, so that
but
got a little...
Moxley won't do the inner circle. He's too smart.
But it did start to look like it was going to get a little dark there for a moment. And speaking of dark, there's a little TV show every Tuesday called AEW Dark. Roger, tell us all about the hit YouTube show.
All right, let's do this. I am barely hanging on. I'm coughing to the side, but I got this. We got this. This week we had Vicky Guerrero as a special commentator.
Excuse me?
Excuse you. Like, it was great. Again, I've mentioned this before. I'm from El Paso, so I've met some of the Guerrero family myself, and so it's always a treat to see someone from the family on air. And she's great. I mean, the second she came out, she got heat, like, immediately. So
I feel like I heard a pop though. I didn't hear
there was a pop.
heat. It
Well,
was
there's
more
always
like
a pop, but then there's a booze.
I didn't hear it. I heard the
She gets
pop.
like respect boost at this point.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
gets respect boost. That's a good point.
Like how Kurt Angle gets a you suck respect.
The you suck
Yeah.
respect chance. So that was nice. We had a lot of wrestling this week. Actually, not much storyline development. We had Private Party take on SCU. Good quality match, 10, 15 minutes. And again, it led credence to SCU being the top tag team in the world. I mean, that's another tag team that they took off this week. Machiko and Britt Baker went against each other. Britt Baker was doing great. I think she was the number 1 ranked woman in the company. And then that was before
time,
tonight. Yeah. So we'll talk about that shortly.
Tease.
And then Chris Statlander had a fight against B Priestley. And the main thing I got from that was that the Nightmare Collective was at ringside trying to rein her in as well. So this is, again, we'll discuss that further, but they've tried.
I like their signs.
They had signs, yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It reminded me of Raven's Flock in WCW when they used to,
Yes.
Raven used to come and sit at ringside and collect people from ringside. And they used to have signs as well. It was great.
Shout out Scotty Riggs.
Shout out Scotty Riggs.
Yeah.
I was more of a Kidman guy, but sure, we'll go with Scotty.
He had an eye patch. I like the eye patch.
And then the main event was a Hybrid 2 and Pac taking against the Best Friends. We haven't seen Orange Cassidy wrestle that much, so this was a nice treat for us to check out some Orange Cassidy
nobody's
action.
giving him orange juice to pump him up.
That's
That's why.
Is that the secret?
I would
Yes,
say
that's a secret.
Love.
I've seen it.
Orange Cassidy is one of these guys that people feel very strong about one way or the other. But I will say you cannot argue the reaction he got when he got tagged in.
Yeah.
The crowd blew
hot.
up. And he was fun. I like Orange Cassidy.
He's controversial, and I get why. I mean, you're right. No one has figured out how to get him pumped up, so that's all we're
It's the
missing.
orange juice.
Is there a particular type of orange?
No pulp.
Florida's natural.
I've literally seen this at a show where he brought the orange juice out and it says no pulp. So
Wow.
seen it twice.
Listen, guys, when I say in the beginning of the show, she knows the people that you're going to know in 5 years. I'm not joking. She saw him at a bar somewhere wrestling.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Listen to this girl. She knows what she's
And I
talking
know
about.
his real name, and I'm
If you...
I know his real name.
I'm disappointed.
Well, don't go
I know it's
narking on the guy.
astrological sign.
Orange Julius is his real name.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Except my real name's Purple.
And so that's all I got for Dark, guys.
Yeah, Dark, more and more, they are integrating storylines and must-see stuff. Guys, if you're a fan of AEW, I strongly recommend checking out AEW Dark every Tuesday on YouTube. It's free. Why not? Again, if you like free YouTube shows, you're a fan of mine, check them out. We had a match with Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin versus Butcher and the Blade, the Bunny.
You know it's the Mac
Militant.
Coming to get it on.
The soothing sounds of Teddy Long's
The soothing
music.
sounds. I would buy that album in a heartbeat.
They had a match, and it was a semi rematch from a week ago where Darby Allin came to Cody's aid and said, if we win a tag match against these two, then we get to have a rematch of our time limit draw that happened earlier in the year. I felt like that kind of gave away the ending of this match. How did you guys feel about the match in general?
I enjoyed the match, but for me, what is Darby Allin like? Darby Allin, what is his goal?
Yeah, what's his end goal?
For him to wrestle Cody Rhodes again? Is it for a title? Is it for respect? Is it for something? Because him wanting to wrestle Cody Rhodes has to come with something.
Yeah.
Come out of it. Something has to come out of that, right? Or
Yeah.
he just wants to wrestle him because he's fun to wrestle with.
I think if you're Darby Allin, and Darby's, I think, under 25. I don't know off the top of my head exactly how old he is. Chat, let us know. But I know he's super young. At that point in your career, I think just a win over someone like Cody Rhodes has got to be something worth fighting for. Because a win over Cody Rhodes in AEW is an elusive feat to accomplish.
Yeah, maybe it's just for street cred. It's for bragging rights. I don't
Fighting
know.
for street cred.
Street cred.
The
I
main
challenge
streets of
you for street
AEW.
cred.
Go to the skate park after and let them know.
How much
Yeah.
street cred do you have? I'm taking it.
Hey, man. I don't know. Crazier stuff has happened.
I feel like Darby looks like he has more street cred than
He has
Cody
more street
Rhodes.
cred for sure.
That's also just want to mention SwitchFan94 said pulp is nasty and juice. So just want to finish off the juice conversation.
Let's close that one
Yes.
out.
All right. Good
Switch
to know.
fan, that is a strong take, but I agree with you. I'm not a pulp fan. It feels weird
Pulp's
when you're drinking it.
gross. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to change the conversation. I just
We discussed the real topic here. Pulp or no pulp.
I actually saw some people online complain that they felt like having Darby Allin and Cody take on or defeat the Blade and the Butcher felt a bit not like they were putting them down, but it felt like it made their tag team less strong. But I feel like, I mean, you have two main eventers here, so I think it's to be expected. I think the Blade and the Butcher came in to do MJF's, dirty work, exactly. So anyone expecting more than that, at this point, you're kind of deceiving yourself.
I'm going to agree though with them though. I thought it was kind of a bad move in their second match to tag a loss on them already, because I think they look so legit and so good as a tag team, but I think AEW's smart enough. Storyline, I believe this will play out with MJF being none too happy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, so you think this is going to be like an alliance eventually?
Well, because MJF had said he paid off those two to go after Cody.
How much did he pay? Because he didn't get his money's worth.
Yeah.
That's
He
why I
should
think
get a full refund.
I think that's what's
Get
gonna
a full
I think that's what's gonna happen. Is he's gonna be angry, and then he's gonna go after Butcher and Blade, and maybe Wardlow, MJF, Butcher, Blade are going to feud for a little bit while Cody finishes his thing up with Darby Allin.
Do you think Darby Allin is secretly under MJF and saying, all right, I'm going to fight Cody and then turn on Cody
No.
and be part of MJF's circle?
That doesn't seem like Darby's semo.
How many
Right, I know,
circles are
but
there
I'm
going to
just
be?
curious.
How
I
many
feel like there's a
circles?
lot of circles right now.
Right. Well, there's a few squares, but
A few
it's
rhombuses.
There's a
I
lot of
mentioned
shapes.
this.
Everyone's shaping up in their own ways, but it's a lot right now.
We have a pentagon. Again, I'm all into shapes in this company. We have a lot.
Yeah, we do. We have a pentagon. But yeah, I think I'm still in the wait and see mode with them. I really like this tag team. I really liked everyone involved. It was one of those situations where you're watching a match like, ugh, I want both of them to win somehow. But overall, I was a big fan of the whole thing.
Zeno Hour said Darby will be 23 in January.
He's a baby.
Nobody likes you when you're 23, guys.
It's the truth.
Like 182.
So, Zeno, thank you, Zeno Hour, by the way, for you're our research department tonight, Zeno. Thank you so much for being a part of that.
We don't pay.
We did. I'll just make that perfect.
Just want to make that clear.
Just make that perfect.
Unpaid internship.
But yeah,
We intern people with the Dark Order. Sorry.
But the tag team division seems to be popping along pretty well because they also were going to add. It looks like they're going to add a team. Sean Spears was speaking with Tully Blanchard, and they were talking about gaining a tag team partner. Is a tag team partner what Sean Spears needs right now?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's
let's
a
all face
little-
it, we all really don't understand what he's doing lately. He's just bringing out a chair.
He's the chairman of the company.
How long is that going to be used for? He only hit Cody once. He hasn't used that chair since. He's just sitting on it.
Well,
As you're supposed to do.
That's what you
But
do.
I mean,
Stop sitting on your chair.
Come up with something else.
I mean, I look at it as, okay, you hit Cody with the chair once, and then all of a sudden you're not really using it as a weapon.
That's a good point.
You're just
Yeah.
bringing it out.
I
He's
feel
a
like
little forgettable. He definitely flies under the radar for me.
You're right, and that's why like he found his weapon, and he's like, you know what? This is my identity now. Like, if he would have found another weapon,
He's
he would-
using the chair as a crutch.
That's
Puns for days.
all right.
Puns for days.
that's why she's on camera, folks.
That is good. That is good.
But yeah, who do you think his tag team partner is going to be? Because I agree. I think right now he's one of those guys that checks all the boxes, but I always felt there's just something missing from him. Who do you think his tag team partner should be?
Homeboy needs like a woman to be his tag team because Homeboy is not winning those matches.
We need a woman in his life.
Yeah.
But that's
He's
not.
married.
who?
He's married.
But they're not going to do the intergender thing, I don't think. But who is
SwitchFan94 said, "How weird would it be if Joey Janela was his
Joey
partner?"
Janela is who I was gonna say. Switch fan. No pulp.
Coming through. No
Joey
pulp.
Janela.
No pulp. Switch fan.
Yes, I agree. I think they're gonna
That's a
become
good idea.
a strange bedfellows tag team where they hate each other, but it works.
Yeah.
And
with that.
I think
I'm cool with
Janela's got that personality, that charisma that's going to get them over. But then Sean Spears can be the sort of the technical wrestler that brings it home.
I think the way to succeed in this company is to have friends. Maybe that's the way to succeed in life, right? Like, that's...
That was deep. That was really beautiful.
Everyone that's by themselves ends up not succeeding in this company.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone that has
Except John Moxley.
Yeah, excuse me.
It's like prison.
AEW
You
prison,
want to tell
same
us
thing.
something, Jack?
Nope.
All the same.
Every prison has a John Moxley,
It
so
is
he's
kind
the
of like
exception.
prison, though. It's a good analogy the more you think about it.
It's a bunch of crazy people stuck together fighting all the time. And when they get out of hand, it gets broken up. Yeah, I think Janela Spears could be a magic tag team if they let it happen. Something else that seems a little bit magic is, of course, we mentioned the Nightmare Collective. Awesome Kong came out, squashed her opponent, and they made another quick pitch to Statlander, who Statlander won a really big match with Britt Baker to become the #1 contender. We had a surprise Riho sighting. That was pretty cool. How do you guys feel about the women's division right now?
That came out of nowhere, I'm going to say. Like, Chris Statlander, I still don't know what species she is. But, again...
Don't get me started on her. She's a whole mess.
Oh.
She's a mess. She has no, okay, I had to get explained that she was an alien because her alien brand just does not come across. Okay, when she did the little ET finger, I kind of get it. And when Brandy Rhodes said, I come in peace, but I should not have to listen that hard. I should just know your gimmick right away.
I think it's hard to understand other species right off the bat. So I think that's what we're going through.
I had no problem understanding Luchasaurus.
Yeah,
because you know about
it's
dinosaurs.
obvious. That's what I'm saying. They need to make her alien thing more obvious because she has I think it's supposed to be Avatar makeup, but it looks tribal. I don't know. She's a mess.
Weird tangent. Has there ever been a space-themed or alien-themed wrestling gimmick that's actually worked?
That's actually worked.
Yeah,
it's working now.
Aerostar in
working.
Lucha Underground had
It is
a
not working.
semi-decent run.
Have we had? That's a good question. Anyone in the chat room,
They need
if
to
you know.
start her from scratch.
Well, how many alien gimmicks have there been, right? There's, I guess... Let's
there's
Planet
Max
Stasiak,
Moon.
Max Moon, Aerostar, I think.
Stardust, if you want to count that.
Stardust kind of worked out in the long run, right?
Stardust was phenomenal. None of these people were from another galaxy, though. I think that's the point. We're struggling to understand her, and so we're kind of villainizing her. But I think we should know that she comes in peace, and so we should kind of try to learn a bit from her.
Whatever. I don't like her.
So, is she gonna beat Riho?
No.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't know.
How do we know? I mean,
we
Riho
haven't
is
seen
MIA.
her.
Yeah, that's what I'm oh no.
I don't know what she's been up to.
Well, she was there in the crowd.
Shocking.
I think that is going to show. I think she's going to be on AEW Dark. Spoiler alert, because I think that's why she's there. Why would you have her in the crowd and not actually use her? But the story here, the big part of the story is that Brandy Rhodes tried once again to recruit her, and she did this number. She went,
The Matumbo.
and she shook her finger. She denied her.
Not to my house.
No.
Not today.
And then she got attacked. Now, something about AEW that I've heard complaints of is that they feel like the women's division isn't getting the time and credit it deserves with storylines. Have they fixed the women's division? Is this what we want to see? More storylines, more people used, more action?
The chat thinks that External Shockwave thinks Chris is going to take the title off Riho.
I think so
I think it feels like the company is really behind her. I just want to say, I feel like the WWE in the last year or two truly gave us the most phenomenal women's division
Yes.
of all time.
Yes.
So of all time.
Yes.
Seriously, I there's no one better. And so I feel like it's going to be difficult for any company to get any talent that's better than that. And I think it's a bit unfair to categorize other women. It's just these women were at another level. And so I think once we accept that, I think we can accept this women's division.
I think that's a fantastic point, especially the NXT women's division, which, by the way,
Yeah, exactly.
if you're not watching the NXT after show, make sure to tune into them. They're on right before us. If you haven't watched them yet, you can watch it right after us. That's the beauty of YouTube, folks. You can do it whenever you want. But great panel over there with Flobito, Emily May, and Punk Rock as well. So shout out to them. But yeah, I agree. I feel like they're making a lot of big moves in the women's division, and I love what they're doing. Whether you love or hate Statlander, she's getting a storyline. The Nightmare Collective is starting to do some big things. Riho's looking like she's going to be a player again. Britt Baker's still out there. Big swoles happening. Lots of good stuff, I think, to be excited about with the women's division.
Potential.
A lot of potential. Speaking of potential, every week, everyone on AEW Dynamite has the potential to be on reporting from the runway, but not everyone gets picked. Jessica O'Connor, let us know who is your fashion icon.
I'm very cutthroat. All right, guys.
My ringtone.
I know I have to add in the extra bass every week. So my best dressed girl is obviously Chris Statlander. I'm just kidding. We have, of course, Britt Baker.
Was that the best picture you could find?
Okay, you guys have to understand. This is a very quick show. It's almost a live show. So
It is a life.
I said don't laugh at my pictures, guys. It is very hard. You don't understand what I go through for you guys. I have to find photos from the event that they don't upload to Instagram that fast. My point is, well,
she looks amazing.
Whatever. If you look at the detail in her boots.
The tooth.
That we have some dental action going on. I would like to focus more on the first picture. If we could go back to that one. Her hair. All right, enough. Knock it off. Her hair looked stunning. She had a little side swept braid. There was some gold in there. It was tough, but also beautiful.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Guys, it's not that bad. Okay. The point is she didn't win, but she looked amazing doing it. So, you know what? If you can look good like a little dead fish, then you can look good anywhere. Moving on. Apparently, this is the laughing matter. We have, SCU, but specifically Scorpio Sky. You guys, hold it in.
It's the last episode of 2019.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm tearing up.
They said, poor Jess. Yeah, they feel bad. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Scorpio Sky and his pants. Yeah, good looking pants. That's all I got. Okay? I feel like at this point the runway is canceled.
I'm so sorry.
We're done. You know what? It's a wrap. 2019. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Give
sorry.
credit to SCU's pants, specifically Scorpio Skies. I had a theory about that since they were in a red and white scheme. I kind of compared them to Santa Claus, and since the Young Bucks had like black and green with like little green fuzzy things, I thought that was the Grinch. So I think that theory might have just like have a feel good type of thing. Have SCU go over because it's Christmas time, and of course, someone had to be the Grinch, right?
Someone had to
Someone
be.
had to be the Grinch.
I have two Grinches right here.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Every time I was about to get it together, I'd look over and I'd see
And the picture never left. I'm so
She
sorry.
looks beautiful. The point is.
Oh my goodness! I'm
Don't
so
let
sorry.
that laughter get to you,
That
Britt
was
Baker.
completely unfair. I'm so sorry, Jessica.
And she did have I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that. And Britt Baker had her flight delayed from Southwest, actually. So, she was in a hurry today.
And she still looks great.
She still looks great.
So thank you again for that. And Josh, thanks for bringing us back to center here. Speaking of back to center, we kicked off the show with a tag team match. Playa.
You know it's the Mac Militant. Coming to get it on.
The Lucha Brothers take on Kenny Omega and the Hangman Adam Page in a really fun match. Before we get too far into it, they had mentioned a little bit on the show that Hangman and Omega are part of the Elite. Is the Elite like a real team on Dynamite, or is that just some like only in the we only see in the YouTube videos and things like that? Is that like am I supposed to think of them as a real team on the show?
How do I educate Jack on this, guys?
Take him to school, girl.
Take him to school, Anissa.
I mean, I know I know who the Elite are. I'm saying as I'm watching the show, are they a stable like the Inner Circle? Do they come out drinking bubbly together, or is it like just some thing we kind of see in the back? Like what? I don't like. How am I supposed to take this team as a team?
I get the question. I feel like
is it like the Click back in the WWF days? Like the Click wasn't an actual team on TV, but people knew who they were.
Anissa's holding her tongue right now, so let her take it away.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like really watch a lot of stuff on YouTube to really understand.
Okay,
but that's the point. Like, is it just a YouTube thing, or is it on Dynamite?
I think the Elite was originally a group, and this group was so powerful that they made a company, and only the Elite wrestlers got signed.
Right.
So at this point, it's a little ambiguous. I would say everyone is Elite, including us.
They started the Elite pretty much in Japan when they were a group of the Bullet Club. I'm saying
I know this part, but when I tune into AEW Dynamite, are they a stable?
They're just a group of friends who call themselves the Elite.
I think that's fair. I think they're a group of friends. I don't know if I would call them a stable, because even Cody came out a few weeks ago and said my friends are dealing with other things. So I don't think they're a true Inner Circle. Again, whatever shape you want to apply to this group of friends, but
because there's more people.
They're very rectangular.
There was some people in the Elite who are not in the Elite anymore.
And there's some people like even
because when you actually watch Being the Elite from maybe a year later, you see like in the beginning who's in it.
And someone like Hangman Page is kind of borderline. So I think it's more of a group of friends, to be honest.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Is that the issue? But so Lucha Brothers win, and they also my boys, the Lucha Bros, never turned my back on these guys for a second. They got a big win, but the story of this match was Page and Omega shoving each other for a bit afterwards, looking like there's some dissension, but it all got broken up because Pac took Michael Nakazawa to a room, and we don't know what happened inside. I'm assuming it was nefarious, but
they're playing checkers.
Having a picnic.
Those suckers out there.
Just catching up on each other's days.
Like, how are you, Michael?
When's your next flight?
So they go searching. They go searching for what's going on. The Lucha Brothers continue the attack, but also the Lucha Brothers were picking fights with SCU and particularly Christopher Daniels. What's going on with the Lucha Brothers? Are they trying to take everybody out?
I don't know. The fact that they called Christopher Daniels CD was kind of funny to me.
I loved it.
The Lucha Brothers are one of those teams that I feel like they want to do more, and it's nights like this when you see that come out.
And we're running a little low on time, but I do want to ask, what do we think's going on with Hangman and Omega? Are they building up a little rivalry between them? Is Pac going to be involved? Are we going to see a three-way? Are we going to get that rubber match? Is Nakazawa going to be okay? What do you guys think with all that?
I feel like it's too soon to tell.
Yeah, I'm always down for a three-way, though.
That's all, folks.
I'm gonna let that one hang for a second. So as we wind down, it's time for the Elite of the Week.
Elite of the Week.
Today, you guys, we've got the top 5 in the company, and we're starting number 5, Jon Moxley. He's number 5. He wasn't even on the show, but he's such a strong force. He's still up near the top. It's number 5. I think he's going to join the Inner Circle.
That's the best picture you could find. Are you serious? He looks horrible there.
I think it's fantastic.
Disrespect.
Next up at number 4, we have the Lucha Bros. They don't care if you're with SCU. They don't care if you're with The Elite, they're coming for you and they're taking you out. They've been on a roll in singles, in doubles. They are number 4. Number 3, coming to you live from another galaxy. It is Chris Statlander. She has, within the course of a few weeks, taken control of an otherwise messy women's division. She's coming for you, Riho, and then she's gonna take on Awesome Kong. Number 2, the Dark Order. These guys got their act together. They started making some cool videos, started making some cool commercials, started recruiting, started growing, and now they are closing out AEW Dynamite. And number 1, SCU. They defended the titles against a team that called themselves the best in the world. And guess what? If you come and chat with me, you're going to be number 1 on the Elite of the Week. Scorpio Sky, thank you so much for being on the show. You're going to be number 1 because you made a honest man out of me. But when I said you're better than the Young Bucks and you didn't, I've told you before, I've never been wrong. Ladies and gentlemen.
That was your Elite of the Week.
Can I just say something real quick? I just realized by just looking at Chris Statlander, she kind of looks like the girl from the Disney Channel movie from like years back, the Xenon.
Xenon. I knew it before you even said it. Yep.
I don't think that's an
she
alien.
wishes she could be Xenon.
I don't think that's an alien.
How do we classify Xenon? That's the question of the day.
She is just a girl from another planet.
She's a girl from the future.
She's not like a...
From the future?
Oh, she's from the future.
It's been a while. I'd have to brush up on my Xenon.
Could you please
facts.
brush up on your Xenon?
I'll work on that, yeah.
So with that, it's our last episode of the year. An amazing year, lots of fun moments from AEW this year, and I thank you all for being a part of it with us, and thank you for having us in your living rooms and second screens and iTunes and things. We're going to be back next year, but before we go, Roger, can you let everyone know where they can find you online?
Yeah.
Wait, and what was your favorite moment of the year?
What? Okay.
AEW.
Well, okay. AEW, awesome. That's my favorite time. What? I don't know what I'm saying.
What's your favorite moment of AEW this year?
It's just AEW.
Like the match?
Coming to fruition. Yeah, that makes me happy.
Yeah, being a part of it with all you guys. Duh. Hello.
Jack?
Well, we're going in order. What's yours?
When Jon Moxley debuted, because I was there.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's good.
You know, I think my favorite moment was I was a big fan of the Dusty Cody match.
Good stuff.
That was
I like that.
That was when I felt like it really started. Josh Alonso, what was your favorite part?
It's got to be Orange Cassidy doing the Tope Suicida onto the Dark Order. Come on. No question.
Come on.
Okay, well, with that said, guys, let us know in the comments what your favorite moment of the year was. And until next time, Roger, let them know where they can find you.
Find me on Twitter, Roger_Corral for 2019.
You can find me on Instagram at Jessica O'Connor _ on Twitter at JO'Connor with 3, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that stuff.
And I'm Anissa Bar. You can follow me on all social media at Anissa Bar. I'll be at Bar Wrestling for New Year's Eve.
Oh.
And Josh in the booth.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JOAL323.
And you can find me at jackcfarmer.com as well as at Real Jack Farmer across all social media. You can also check me out on the Raw AfterBuzz show every Monday night. Also, I was on after 83 weeks, so if you're a big fan of old school WCW and the Eric Bischoff show 83 weeks, check out the after show. I'm on it. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do your best and be yourself.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.